How's it going, guys? It's Doc. Bitcoin hit $123,000 and we have a crazy week ahead of us. We're going to talk about all the economic data and all of the reasons that I think Bitcoin is blowing up, putting in new all-time highs literally all weekend. But before we get started, welcome back to the channel. My name's Doc. Throughout the day, I'm a resident physician, and at night, and I'm on my way to a clinic, I take you guys on my crypto and investing journey. All this weekend, Bitcoin continued to put in new all-time highs. It hit 118, then 119. I woke up this morning getting ready and kind of getting organized, how many patients I got to see. I'm at 2 different clinics today, and I saw Bitcoin hit $123,000 overnight. Don't worry, I got the FSD, full self-driving rolling in the background. But yeah, a crazy weekend, and I really think this is happening because of 2 different reasons. The first being the big, beautiful bill got signed within the last week or two. Okay, we're still on the road. Within the last week or two, and that is pouring a ton of stimulus into the market right now. So great short term for markets, risk on assets like Bitcoin, like the Russell 2000, like the SPY, the NASDAQ. Maybe not so great for the deficit in the long term, but who knows, maybe we'll grow out of it. But the wild thing is China just printed, like, I think if I remember correctly, it was $700 billion new dollars into existence that will eventually fly in to risk assets like Bitcoin. So that bill really set the framework. Other big things that are happening this week, and guys, if you're getting any value out of this, consider hitting the like button. It really helps me out way more than you know. And if you want to see more content like this, consider subscribing. The other big things that are happening this week is the Genius Act, right? This is one of the stablecoin bills. It passed Congress already, and it's going to the Senate. And it's going to get, or excuse me, it passed the Senate and it's going to Congress. So that's going to get voted on this week. High probability that that goes through. And that would just help give more clarity on crypto, right? The another act is getting voted on this weekend, or excuse me, this week, guys, I'm chewing on my words, getting voted this week, which is going to be really big as well. And then there's also an anti-CBDT bill going into effect as well. So really big things on the horizon. And honestly, I've been saying this in our Discord, which, by the way, free link to our Discord down below. I've been saying this in our Discord. We are tracking July 2017 very well. So a couple weeks ago, I said, like, hey, I actually expect I don't want to toot my own horn, but I kind of called that we're going to be putting new all-time highs in over the summer. Because if you look at we're in a post-halving year, right? If you look at 2021 and you look at 2017, both post-halving years, Bitcoin did really well in July and August. And specifically 2017 seems to be what we're mirroring right now. So I continue, you're right, to keep going up. I think August is going to be really good too. Now, obviously, world events can happen and can derail our progress, right? Who knows when a tweet's going to come out saying new tariffs are happening. So we'll see how this plays out. But overall, the setup is really good. The dollar continues to show weakness. 10-year bonds, people aren't talking enough about this. Treasury bonds are tanking, right? And that's really good, because think about it. The government, the way they sell treasury bonds is they give you an interest rate. And if people don't have confidence in treasury bonds, they have to give a higher rate. Well, that's actually bad for risk on assets, because that squeezes the consumer more, right? All of your credit card debt, your home loans, your auto loans, that's all based off the 10-year treasury, right? So we need the 10-year treasury to stay low, and it's continued to stay low. So this is really good. The other thing, I saw Anthony Pompliano talk about this morning. Inflation is nowhere to be seen. All we've heard, like literally all we've heard over the past couple months, tariffs are going to be inflationary. Tariffs are going to be inflationary. Truflation, it's an awesome website. It tracks inflation probably more accurately than the PCI or PPI and CPI data. way more accurately, it shows inflation coming down. Also a big this week. I don't know how I didn't mention this early in the video. We are getting PPI and CPI inflation data this week, right? So that's going to give us more data to see how the tariffs are affecting the overall economy, right? So if PPI and CPI comes in low, like the Fed, I think is going to kind of have its hand forced, and they're going to have to cut rates sooner than people think. So kind of here's my if-then statement. If PPI and CPI inflation data comes in low, the Fed may be, and again, this is, I know it's a bold claim, the Fed may have to cut rates in July. I know that is not my base case, but either that or quantitative tightening stopping in July if CPI and PPI inflation data come low. Who knows? We could be in for a surprise. Now, if it comes at expectations or higher than expectations, or the earliest we'd get a rate cut would be September. So anyways, Bitcoin putting in new all-time highs. The setup looks super, super bullish. If you guys want to leverage trade, my BTCC link is down below. Also, I feel obligated to talk about Simple AI here because it continues to put in new all-time highs. Over the weekend, hit a new all-time high market cap of $3.3 million. Guys, big KOLs, key opinion leaders, influencers are starting to notice, talking about it way more. If you're on Twitter and you're looking up Simple AI, it feels like a ton of big players in the space are talking about it, and I would imagine that some new big KOLs are going to be coming on board. So at the very least, check it out. I think it has a ton of room to run, and it's still super undervalued. So anyways, I'm super pumped. Bitcoin putting in new all-time highs. If you guys got any value out of this, consider hitting the like button. If you want to see more content like this, consider hitting subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next video.